Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Where's 504? Hello, hello, hello. Hey Donna. Dimples, Wimples. Dimples, Wimples. We got 8 here. Hello, 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 hello. That's what 504 would say. She probably in the bushes. Maybe she is. I hope she's doing well. All right, so we gonna talk about these here eclipses. Hey, it's one cat. We're gonna talk about these eclipses and just bear with me because it's a lot of information. Hey, Luana. Not you getting mad at grandma. Don't be doing grandma like that. Don't do grandma like that. Okay, we ain't gonna do grandma like that. Grandma got other things to do other than see what Donna is up to. Don't do that to grandma. Don't do grandma like that. Okay? Don't do grandma like that. Sexy RN back here in the back getting ready for work. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. And I'm streaming live from my room today because it's too loud downstairs with the washing machine going. And unfortunately, my husband is packing up to go on one of his work trips, and I don't appreciate that. But I know he gotta go. So he listening in the background because we here in the room together. So say hi to Mr. Hoodoo. He can't see you, but I will pass on the messages because he's busy packing. He busy packing. Girl, you've been an obligation for a long time. Where you going, babe? They saying hi.
Tell him I said, hey, I'm about to grab a couple of shoes.
Okay, yes. He's going downstairs. He's about to clean his sneakers. Clean his sneakers. You got to clean your sneakers old school with an old toothbrush, some bleach, some baking soda, some Dawn dish soap, some shout, some hot water. He about to go clean his sneakers for his work trip that he had to go on tomorrow. Because people don't know how to act right, and then he got to show up on the job, taking notes and writing people up. So they ain't acting right. So he got to go out there and play bad cop with these people not acting right. So, and then he got to go fly somewhere else. He's very important. But yeah, so he about to go. So y'all gonna have me to y'all self for the next week. He's flying out tomorrow, and I think he won't be back home until like next Saturday or something like that. So y'all are gonna have me for the whole week. So, shenanigans may ensue. Yeah, he's flying out tomorrow. But anywho, we're gonna get into this with these eclipses, right? Because You all know that there's a total lunar eclipse in Virgo tonight, right? And eclipses, we're just gonna get into it with eclipses, okay? I do not have I ain't got no presentation for y'all, so y'all just gonna have to listen to this information. I was not putting a presentation together. I literally was like a crazy person taking all these notes earlier for you all. So, but I can start with just so that you can have an image of what we're going to be talking about. So let me add this in. Let me add this in to the stage. Hey, growing process. Okay. So, like I said, I just have this here so everyone can see what's going on. So, like I said, if anyone wants to take notes on this, go right ahead. We're just getting into some information because it's one cat says she wanted teacher Q. So we're about to have teacher Q. Okay, this is not going to be fun. A fun stream. This is going to be information because I want you all to understand what's going on and I'm going to bring some things in that you may not have heard of before. Okay? Yes, 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 yes. I'll be missing y'all too. But y'all got me for the next week. Y'all got me for the next week. Okay, so listen. Let's get started with it. Okay, so today we're going to be focusing on the astrology of eclipses and talking about eclipses and all like that. Um Eclipses are physical events. That's number 1. Eclipses are physical events that occur astrologically and astronomically, okay? So both of the studies of the stars, eclipses happen, okay? Eclipses are physical events that happen with respect to the astrological luminaries. What are the luminaries? The luminaries are the lights, and in astrology, the two main lights that are always going to be in the mix is the sun and the moon, okay? So as you can see, tonight at 11:54 p.m. in San Jose, California, okay, please adjust the time for your time zone. There's going to be a total lunar eclipse. Okay, so we see here's this light here. You see one light here. This is the moon. Okay, this is the moon. This is the sun. Okay, the circle with a dot in it, that is the glyph for the sun. This is this. This is the lunar eclipse. These are physical events, okay? Physical events. Eclipses occur in pairs, roughly 2 weeks apart, give or take. Okay? So once again, eclipses occur in pairs. There is usually a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. They occur in pairs, and they're usually 2 weeks apart, give or take. Okay? When they occur zodiacally, okay, as it pertains to the zodiac, they fall along um an axis. So, what do we mean by axis? You see, this moon is happening here in the 11th house over San Jose, and then that axis is the 5th house. Okay, another astrological axis is we have the 1st house and the 7th house. Okay, so this is what we mean when they occur along an axis. It's usually a zodiacal axis. So this is a total lunar eclipse. So the lunar eclipse, the moon is going to be in the sign of Virgo. The opposite sign of Virgo on the astrological axis is Pisces. Okay. And as you can see, we got some things going on in Pisces. Saturn is currently in Pisces, the sun is in Pisces, the North Node is in Pisces, Neptune is in Pisces. Okay. So we see that here, this whole Pisces. Okay. Pisces, Saturn in Pisces, Sun in Pisces, North Node in Pisces, Neptune is in Pisces. But this is a lunar eclipse. So the lunar eclipse is happening at 22 degrees of Virgo. Okay. So when eclipses happen, they occur in opposing signs of the zodiac. Okay. Opposing signs of the zodiac. Okay. Eclipses will normally fall among those two opposing signs of the zodiac for a year to a year and a half, so about 18 months, okay, before they move to the next signs, okay? And eclipses move backwards in the zodiac, okay? They move backwards. So last year we were having the Aries and Libra, okay, eclipses for the previous 18 months. And so now the nodes, things have switched and now we're moving backwards. So the eclipses move this way. They move counterclockwise, okay? Counterclockwise. After the year and a half of the Virgo Pisces eclipses, we're going to be going into um Aquarius and Leo eclipses because that's the next axis that things are going to reset on. Okay. All right. So an eclipse occurs when there is an opposition or a conjunction of the sun and the moon. Okay. So what do we have here? You see this lovely red line? This red line on opposite ends, this is an opposition. So this is a full moon. Full moon are lunar eclipses. So lunar eclipses are always on full moons. Okay. And as you can see, we have the full moon. So this is this opposition. The sun moon opposition is what gives you the full moon. Lunar eclipses always happen on the full moon. Okay. Solar eclipses always happen on the new moon. When you have a solar eclipse, that is when the sun and the moon are conjunct. So let me show you what that would look like. Let me go on up here to my let me just pull this in so you all can see. Okay. So you all can see, let me pull this down here. So a solar eclipse is a conjunction of the sun and the moon. They will be on the same degree. So this is a solar eclipse from 1989, and I'm showing you all this for a reason. You see how they're conjunct? Sun and moon conjunct, that is a new moon. Solar eclipses always happen on the new moon, okay? So let me just pull up my chart again. Let me just go back to what we had so I can pull it back up. Okay. Okay. So this is what's happening today. Yeah, lunar eclipses are always on full moons. Solar eclipses are always on new moons. The new moons, so those solar eclipses are usually always in the same sign that the sun is in. Okay. So remember last year we were talking about, the solar eclipse in April. That was an Aries solar eclipse in April. Why? The sun was in Aries. The sun only changes sign once every 30 days, once a month, right? The moon changes sign every 2 to 2.5 days. Okay. But whenever there are eclipses, the eclipses are going to fall on that same axis. So whatever zodiac sign, one is happening in, the opposite eclipse is going to be in the opposite sign. Okay. Okay. So you said what's my okay, you said you didn't know this. You said what's my cash app? My cash app is right here on the screen, scrolling at the bottom. Indigo Mystique. You will see initials of the letter A and the letter B there. But this is it right here. Okay. So we got that information down? Okay, that's just some preliminary information. Okay. What triggers an eclipse? An eclipse usually occurs again when there is an opposition. Oh, okay, so sun and moon in opposites, which is a full moon, or a conjunction, which is the sun and moon sitting together for a new moon. And when the sun and moon, when that takes place close to the lunar nodes, okay? So we have these imaginary points, right? We have these imaginary points. What are the imaginary points? We can see them right here. You see this up, this one to look like a horseshoe. This is the north node. Okay, this is the north node. And then you see the upside down horseshoe, that's the south node. Okay. Because, we have new moons and full moons every month, right? But every month is not an eclipse. Every month we do not have a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse. What triggers the eclipse is when either the full moon or the new moon takes place close to the lunar nodes, those horseshoes I just showed you, and when the sun is in 18 degrees of those nodes. So 18 degrees on either side of those nodes. If the sun is within 18 degrees on either side of those horseshoes, and then there's a full moon or a new moon, that's when an eclipse will happen. Okay. So as we can see right here, we have the full moon happening tonight, right? But you see your little horseshoe right here. The north node is 27 degrees, and the sun is currently at 23 degrees of Pisces. So that is definitely within 18 degrees of being close to the nodes. So only when a full moon or a new moon is within 18 degrees of either the north node or the south node is when we get eclipses. Yes, 18 reduces down to 9. This is why eclipses are triggering events. Okay. If we look at the numerology, 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 is the last number before the cycle begins again, right? Because when you get to 10, 1 plus 0 is just 1. It's just starting over. This is why eclipses are so powerful, because they are either endings or beginnings of cycles. Okay. If you are not a good spiritual worker, if you are not someone that has grasp over what is fully happening, where the eclipse is happening, what's happening in your houses, you may want to sit out the eclipses, because they are definitely powerful. Okay, they're usually an ending or a beginning of some sort. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. Okay. For example, and this is something that happened to us personally. Our dog died last night. It's not funny, but when we got the news that our dog died last night, I was sitting up and I was just like, okay, this is it's the eclipse. It's the eclipse. Okay. And so being that this eclipse is happening here, 23 degrees in Virgo, okay? And this eclipse is happening conjunct the south node where endings take place. Okay, the north node, also called the dragon's head. North node, this is what's moving forward. This is things that are happening. These are doors that are opening. South node, things that are closing, things that are ending, right? And it could be, new beginnings or endings, whatever it is. But either way, in order for something new to begin, something old has to end. Okay. This is why eclipses are so powerful. This is why people are going crazy whenever there's an eclipse, because they are concentrated power. It's concentrated power. It's concentrated power. Thank you all. Thank you all. She was starting to get sick and stuff, so it's better this way, because yeah, she was starting to get sick and she was starting to have mobility issues and stuff like that. So, but yeah. So, okay. So this is why eclipses are so powerful. Now, eclipses are also important because Sometimes they were seen as harbingers of things to come. You know, you know when you see clouds in the sky, you see that thunder and that lightning, it might rain. Okay, we know that certain events trigger events that follow, right? Now you have to understand from a nature perspective, when we are talking about eclipses, okay, the eclipses sit on and they interrupt natural cycles of life. What am I talking about? For example, who remembers um the 2017 Great Solar Eclipse, right? 2017 Great Solar Eclipse. It was in August 2017. What is a solar eclipse? The sun is eclipsed. The sun disappears. That is the sun disappearing. That is a break from nature's routine. It doesn't happen all the time. So when you have this abrupt break in something that's natural, it has an energetic effect on so many things. So you all know when there's a solar eclipse outside, when there's a total solar eclipse, the birds stop singing, the nighttime bugs, they start making all types of noise. Some flowers will, instead of the flowers blooming, some flowers will close up. And you have that eerie type of energy, right? Because something that is not common is taking place. So eclipses are concentrated power, okay? Because our lights, our luminaries, the sun and the moon, they both have jobs to do energetically as well as naturally, right? So this is why eclipses are a big thing, okay? Eclipses are definitely a big thing, whether they are solar or lunar. They are a big thing because energetically and naturally, there's an interruption into the foundation of how we live life day to day. Okay. So that is eclipses. Okay. Because we all know the sun affects things. The sun, the plants and the trees, and they need that sunlight. That the moon affects things. The moon affects the tides, right? The water, here on earth, here in our bodies, right? That's where the word lunatic comes from. Lunacy, it comes from the moon. When people's talking about the crazies with the moon, these are all the things they're talking about. These things that have been observed over time as reactions to things that are happening in nature, whether it's normal or not. Okay. Now, if you again, if you're going to work with the energy of an eclipse, I advise you to be a strong and powerful worker because you may not want to do nothing while an eclipse is happening unless you know what you're doing. It can cause your works to fail. It can cause your works to go haywire. It can cause your work to do something else that you didn't want it to do. So unless you really know what you're doing, um, I do not advise any type of spiritual work under an eclipse unless, like I said, you're powerful and you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, wait. It's okay to wait. Okay. Yeah. Simply the Best says some people say to avoid rituals workings on the lunar eclipse and solar eclipse, but I disagree. They said energy is too chaotic. Can you please? Yeah, I mean you have to be someone that, like I said, a strong worker. Now, if you want to try something out and see what happens, go ahead. But if you are not a strong worker or you don't know what you're doing or you don't know how to deal with it, I would advise not to. Just because it's so much concentrated energy in a small moment of time. Okay. When we're talking about it in eclipse, we're really talking about all this energy packed into what, 2 minutes, 4 minutes, maybe 6 minutes, right? When we get to full totality, if that's what it is. So that is planning your work and doing whatever it is you got to do in that small window of time. Okay. Some people can, some people can't. But the energy is chaotic because this is a disruption to what's naturally happening and occurring. Okay. So I'm glad I answered the question. Okay, well, if you good, then you're good. See, you said you're speaking from the basis of being a strong worker. Everybody is not a strong worker. Okay. Everybody isn't. And that's okay because everyone starts, wherever they start from. All of us start from, we don't know what we're doing, until we get more experience under our belt. But if you know what you're doing, go ahead then. I ain't mad. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. This is an absolute thing. And I'm gonna have to show you all this whole listen. Do not let people in these institutions tell you that they are not thinking about astrology or magic or anything like that. Because I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna show you what people were doing. If you feel too nervous to work with it, then don't. You know, as long as you are alive the next day to do a working, do it then. Oh no, girl, you good. You good. You good. Listen, we need more people who know what they're doing. So I'm glad you know what you're doing. Okay. So now eclipses happen in seasons and they usually happen 6 months apart. Okay. So when we say eclipse season is triggered by, okay. Remember I was talking about that 18 degrees on either side of the nose? That's when eclipse season is triggered. So you usually have two eclipses a couple weeks apart in a 6 month period. Okay. What do I mean? Let me show you. I'm going to remove this and I'm going to add in, let me add in another window so we can see what exactly I mean. Let me pull in the correct window. Okay. This is what I mean. And we're just going to take a look at this right here. Okay. So you can see that that is 2025. So that's what I have up right there. So we're looking right here. Today is March 13th, 2025. There's a total lunar eclipse in Virgo. Then about 2 weeks later, 2 weeks give or take, on March 29th, we are going to have a solar eclipse in Aries. Why? Because solar eclipses are new moons. The moon and the sun are conjunct. And the sign of that eclipse, that solar eclipse, is going to be where the sun is in the zodiac. Then 6 months later, September 7th, 2025, we're going to have another lunar eclipse. It's going to be at 15 degrees of Pisces. And then, give or take, 14 days later, 2 weeks later, September 21st, 2025, we're going to have a solar eclipse in Virgo. Okay. And you can kind of see how the nodes, how things start changing. If we look at these 2024 eclipses, right? The first one, okay, and remember I did a video on the lunar eclipse last year in March. That lunar eclipse was in Libra. The moon was in Libra. April 8th, 2024, the solar eclipse was in Aries. Okay, so this was the Libra Aries axis. Then we had our first, when things started changing, when the eclipses started moving backwards through the zodiac, right? Then September 17th, 2024, we had our first of the Pisces series, the Pisces Virgo series, right? And then October 2nd, 2024, there was a solar eclipse last year. I remember, right? That was the solar eclipse in Libra. Okay. Now the nodes have completely changed. So we have this Virgo one, which is today. And then the last of the Aries from the Aries Libra axis is going to be this March 29th one in a couple of weeks. Okay. And then the two September eclipses are going to be on the Pisces Virgo axis. So as you can see, we have this year and a half, 18 months, and then there are switching signs. Okay. And this is just a link of what I'm looking at right here. This is just all of the eclipses from 1945 to the year 2050. So that's the page that I'm on right now because I just wanted to show you how, just so you can see the 6 months apart when these eclipses happen. Okay? So, when the sun gets within that, 18 degrees on either side of the nodes, we're going to get our next eclipses in September later on this year. Okay. Is everybody tracking right now? Everybody tracking right now? Okay. You need a floor wash. You collecting moon water. Okay, girl. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, the eclipses are all over the world. It just depends on where they can be seen from, whether they're day or night. So yeah. So going back to this, you said in 2026. Yeah. So wherever these are occurring around the world, the 2026 eclipses, it just depends on where you are in the world. But tonight's total lunar eclipse will be seen from all of North America. I made a post earlier sharing the link with you all where you can start watching the eclipse as it happens. But here in California, it won't even occur until like after 11 o'clock at night. Okay. So we all tracking. We all tracking. Okay, cool. Now, let me go back to my notes. Let me go back to my notes. Now, again, eclipses have rulers, and the rulers of the eclipses are the planet that rules the sign, the zodiac sign that the eclipse is occurring in. Okay. So you would have to make sure that you understand and you know your planetary magic. Okay. The zodiac is part of planetary magic. Make sure that you understand planetary magic and the planetary rulers, especially traditionally, so you will understand who the ruler is. Now, tonight's total lunar eclipse in Virgo, the planetary ruler is Mercury. Mercury rules the air signs. Okay, we get some of that air energy in there. Mercury is the traditional ruler of Virgo. So the planet whose energy this lunar eclipse is being filtered through the Virgo energy, which is the mercurial energy. Okay. Now, remember we were talking about the astrology of March. Guess what's happening tomorrow? Guess what's about to happen? Mercury is about to turn tail and turn retrograde. So everybody put some put some um put some oil on your edges. Okay, glue your wig down. Put some oil on your edges. Okay. Make sure that you put your shea butter on because Mercury's about to go. So this is part of this. What the hell is going on? This is why the astrology for the month of March is just so crazy because guess what? We don't forget that Venus is retrograde. Okay, Venus is retrograde. So like I said, just hold on to your wig. Hold on to your wig. And let me bring this back up so y'all can see. Yeah, you're right, right. Lotion them knees, honey. And just get everything together because we already know what's gonna happen. So let me pull this back in so we can see the placement. Okay, we see it here. Okay, currently Mercury is 9 degrees, Venus is retrograde at 7 degrees. Okay, so they are conjunct and retrograde in Aries. Okay, so tomorrow, because the energy from these eclipses, you're really going to get like before the eclipses and then during the eclipses and after the eclipses. Sometimes these eclipse effects last for like 6 months. But really like the 2 weeks to a month, like after the eclipses and then like a few days before, like that concentrated energy. Yeah, we about to, yeah. Let me move this chart one day. Let me move this chart out one day so we can see what the hell is going on. Yeah, so we move the chart out one day. Okay. Move the chart out one day. So you can see here it says transits. I moved the chart one day and you can see 09. You see this 9 degrees in red. When the numbers are in red, that means retrograde. So Mercury is going retrograde tomorrow. And we still gonna be getting hit with this full moon lunar eclipse energy. Okay. Empress says she drinking her homemade ginger ale, minding her own business. Okay, because we know what ginger ale does for us, right? Ginger ale will heal you. Ginger ale, saves the sick. Okay. Ginger ale will help you get right. So we know what ginger ale do for us. Amen. Amen. So we know the healing powers of the ginger ale. Black people say amen. Okay, amen. Um, Simply the Best says my Mercury is already retrograde news. Yes. Okay. So people who are born with natal charts and their Mercury is already retrograde, the retrogrades really they're not really affecting you. And it really depends on if your Mercury is well placed, if your Mercury is fallen, if it's exalted, if it's domicile. Um, it just really depends where in your chart your Mercury is and the power of your Mercury. But people with born with a retrograded Mercury, many of them really don't feel the effects because it's what you were born into, right? Um, so that's usually how that is. Mhm. So here we go. Here we go. This is let me tell you something. This right here, this is this eclipse energy for you. Miss Tree Moon says, "Wow, I just found out I'm gonna have to move today, and I'll be relocating north of where I am now." This is the eclipse energy. Something starts, something ends. It's a drastic change. You move away, you move across country, um, you start a new job, you break up, whatever is depending on where it's happening in your chart, right? And we don't know where it's happening in Mystery Moon's chart, but wherever it's happening in your chart, you just might, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, yeah. Okay, your moon is in Virgo. Okay, well, you might be affected. Okay, and wherever, if anything happens, you know, to you during the eclipse, a week before, during the eclipse, or a week after, you really have to look at your chart and see where the eclipse is falling in your chart. Okay. You really have to see where the eclipse is falling in your chart. Yep. Yep. So, yeah. Ta da. And you say you're going to have to relocate. Okay. So that's definitely the Virgo energy. Why? Because Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. Mercury is the planet of movement, of travel, okay, of motion. So traveling, getting in your car, getting on a plane, you have to relocate, movement like that. That's Mercury, baby. Yep, and it was out of nowhere. Yep. That's the power of the eclipses, baby. hmm So now, something starts, something happens. In the extreme cases, eclipses will be harbingers of birth or death. In the extreme cases. It's not all the time, it's not for everyone, but in the extreme cases, people being born on an eclipse or in between eclipses in that 2-week window or something like that, those sometimes people pass away. Like I said, my dog passed away this morning. Eclipse. Okay, eclipse, because that literally came out of nowhere. Yeah, hey, Fuzzy. Hey, girl, la la. Um, Oh, girl. Okay, we could talk about that too. Okay. So now back in the day during the ancient times, eclipses, they really, really were scared of these eclipses because again, these were associated with life and death. Kings dying, queens dying, eclipses ending, the reign or political power of something, something happening to major figures, things like that. Eclipses are a big deal. And if you take the time to look into these eclipses and compare notes, you can do that. How would you do that? Well, I'm glad that you asked. Let me introduce you to the Saros cycle. Okay, the Saros cycle. Q, what the hell are you talking about? Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Okay, so remember, eclipses happen in pairs. They usually are within 2 weeks of each other, and then at the 6 month interval, and then there's another eclipse cycle. It's called the Saros series. Okay, eclipses also occur in families. Okay, and this grouping is called the Saros series. Each series lasts 1,300 years. Okay, each series lasts about 1,300 years. And Saros cycles, because it's 1,300 years, these are some of the longest cycles that are happening in astrology. Okay. Okay. Eclipses in a Saros series happen every 18 years. Okay. They happen every 18 years, but every eclipse is part of this long time family. Let me show you. Let me pull up this other page so we can look together at the Saros cycle, because these are long cycles and you can kind of start seeing the energetics of um of the of these cycles. Okay. So we're going to start with the cycle for today. Now let me bring this page in. Share screen, window. Okay. Okay. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you all can see. Okay. That should be bigger. Everyone should be able to see now. Okay. So you can see today. So this total lunar eclipse, right? At 23 degrees of Virgo. This is part of the Saros series 123 eclipse. Absolutely. She's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. Okay. So you can see, like I said, this is our eclipse right here. 23 degrees of Virgo, right? This is Saros cycles 123. As you can see, the Saros cycle is a period of 6,585.3 days, which is 18 years. When two eclipses are separated by a period of one Saros cycle, which is 18 years, they share a very similar geometry. So if we're talking about similar shapes, similar energies, okay? Okay. The Saros series returns to about the same geographic region every 3 Saros cycles, so every 54 years. Okay, so now we get a little bit deeper. So the beginning of this 123 third Saros cycle was May 2nd, 1502. Okay, now every time there is an eclipse in the Saros cycle, okay, the degree point changes by 10 degrees. Just about. So we can see this one here, May 2nd, 1502. This was at 10 degrees Scorpio. The next eclipse in this 123 Saros cycle was at 21 degrees of Scorpio. Okay. Then moving to the next one, May 24th, 1538, it was 1 degree. June 3rd, 1556, it went from 1 degree to 12 degrees. So that's about 10, 11 degrees. So you can see the degrees changes by about 10 degrees in these cycles. And every cycle is the same energetically. So today's eclipse is part of the 123 sorrow cycle. Okay. And here we are here. So, this was something that you probably never heard of, but I just wanted to introduce the concept to you. Okay? Just wanted to introduce the concept to you. Now, Q did a little bit of research because I was just like, well, let me be a little nosy. Let me be a little nosy and see what's going on with the other eclipses in the sorrow cycles. So that would be the previous eclipse in this sorrows in this 123 cycle, because we can see today is March 14th. The last sorrows 123 total lunar eclipse was March 3rd, 2007. The Saros 123 cycle lunar eclipse before 2007 was February 20th, 1989. So Q went to see if she could find anything, just anything tying these cycles together. Q found some things. Let me show you. Let me show you what I found. So I want you to keep these dates in mind. February 20th, 1989, March 3rd, 2007, March 14th, 2025, which is this eclipse tonight. These were all eclipses in Virgo. As you can see, the 1989 February 20th one was at 2 degrees Virgo. March 3rd, 2007 was 13 degrees Virgo. And today's is 23 degrees Virgo. So Q went and she went being nosy to see what she can find. Please do me a favor, like this video if you haven't. I'm out here working hard. I'm working hard. Okay, so let me show you some of the things that I found. I kind of wanted to start with today, right? So this is from today, and let me share this screen. Okay, so you all can see the screen. Powerful storm causes mudslides in California, threatens outbreak of tornadoes. Okay, so it's been raining here in California. It was pouring today in Silicon Valley. It poured yesterday in Silicon Valley. It's been raining. A lot of California is getting this rain. Okay, so as we can see, this is today. Let me make this screen just a little bit more so y'all can see. But this is Thursday, March 13th, 2025. Okay, that's the date. You can see the date there. Okay, so mudslides, all like that in California. Okay, and this is tied to this eclipse. So I went and I looked around and I was just like, what else can we find? So let's go here. I was looking, right? I was looking and I noticed the weather issues today. Let me find out what I deal with it. Oh, here we are right here. So remember, the energies for eclipses, they're gonna be with, they're gonna show up. So remember February 1989. On this day, February 1989, we had us a huge there was a snowstorm in LA. Okay. February 8th, 1989. Okay, let me make sure you all can see. Okay. February 8th, 1989. Snow in the valley, rain in the mountains. Snow in the valley, rain in the mountains. We can see this newspaper clip right here. This was morning commuters make their way to downtown Los Angeles through snow-covered mountains in the San Fernando Valley. So, again, with eclipses, you will get notable events. You might get weather events. People may die, you may end up having to move, you may get a new job, you may get whatever. But it's usually something notable. Something notable. This was 1989. This was part of that Sorrows series eclipse. Okay? See? February 20th, 1989. 1989. Okay? 1989. February 8th. That's from the 8th to the 20th is how many days? Uh-huh. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, it happened. Mhm. Now, I wanted to find something else. I was just like, "Okay, well, what else happened?" So, I did a little bit of, what's happening in history. So, I went to February 1989. This is this website on this day, and I was looking. I'm like, "Okay, because we're trying to tie things in, right? Because when we tie things in, and when we see things, this is how we understand the energetics of what happens. Okay, this is how we can start to say, okay, this kind of stuff happens with here. The same as, when you see, them dark clouds in the sky and the winds pick up and the lightning and all like that, it's probably going to rain. All right. So, where did I see it at? Where did I see it at? Um, where did I see it at? So what I saw was, um, there was where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? See, look, them planes was acting up even back then. U.S. Boeing 747 loses parts over roof of the Pacific. That was February 24th, 1989. But we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We are going to talk about, oh, where was it? Okay, it's in here. Okay. So, where was it? Where was it? So, let me so there were some things going on. They were looking into the dam what was happening with the veterans affairs. So, what we're seeing now with a lot of this these different things happening government wise, a lot of this is harkening back is probably related to some of these damn eclipses. But I found it interesting because in 2007, so remember if we're going back to the 123 cycle, because that's the cycle that we're on right now for this eclipse. So March of 2007, this is still the 123 sorrow cycle. They were looking into what the hell was going on with the VA, how veterans received disability checks. Um, Federal court hears veterans disability appeals. Um, the VA Secretary Jim Nicholson announces his resignation. So this whole tying into this, um, this is tying into what we're seeing now. We just saw, um, we just saw the hirings, not even the hirings, the firings with your favorite Teletubby. Your favorite Teletubby out here doing whatever he doing and they're just firing these people. Yeah, this what was going on, these investigations and stuff from 2007 into the VA, and then having all those VA people fired recently during this eclipse. These are these two are tied together. These series of events are tied together. Um they're tied together. Um they're definitely tied together. They're tied together. So, before I go any further, are there any questions? Let me see something. Let me look at something. Let me look at something here. Okay, let me look and see what y'all are talking about. Okay, lost it. Okay, you said you're good. Anybody else? Anybody else? Definitely tied together. Tied together. And of course, it's not just one thing that's triggering, it's always something happening going on. Um, but I will say that the '08 recession, that was a lot of things being turned up and turned around when Pluto was in Capricorn. Okay. Pluto is in Aquarius now. Capricorn, we know that's foundational, that's financial, that's long standing, that's a lot of Saturn energy. The height of capitalism, we're seeing a lot of conversation now about, capitalism is just too much. This is too much going on. Um, can we stop with the overspending? Can we stop with the just buying stuff? You don't need it. Let's save money. We need to these are part of these astrological trends. And like I said, Pluto is in Aquarius right now. So this is changing. Okay, we see what no longer works. Okay. You hear the conversations about late stage capitalism. You see people now just want to have a simple life. They're tired of buying all this shit. They're tired of being consumers. The consumerism is just to the extreme. This is part of this restructuring that's going to have to happen as it pertains to this country. I can't speak for other countries. I'm not a citizen of any other countries, but this is okay. We saw, okay, because when Pluto, entered Capricorn, we had these systems, okay, the banking system and this, that, and third, and all this other great stuff. And then you kind of see where things need to change. Okay. Those of us who are, and Donna, you're probably not old enough. I'm 42. Those of you who are my age or older, we remember when there was the recession in '08, '09, right? Oh, the banks and stuff is too big to fail, all these big bailouts and stuff. And then you remember as a consumer when things start changing. You started to have less consumer protections, um, just getting away with all these crazy exorbitant fees, fee for this, fee for that, fee for this, fee for that. So right around that 2008, that was the downside of, okay, wait a minute, capitalism ain't that great. Okay. Your paycheck isn't growing, taxes and everything else is growing. And now these companies are allowed to screw you over with no justice, right? So this late stage capitalism, you see all these conversations and stuff like that online. This is because Pluto is in Aquarius now. So answering your question, that that's part of the Plutonic energies, and now those energies have shifted. Hmm. Now those energies have shifted. So this is why we're seeing right now. We're just like, oh my goodness, right? We're seeing the last late stage effort by corporations to try and get the last dimes out of us before our financial system changes. What is going to change to we don't know. But before things change, this is the late stage capitalism and they are hanging on for dear life. I think Pluto has one more swing back into Capricorn before it's in Aquarius forever. For the next, for its next cycle. But this is what we're seeing right now. This is why we're seeing that. This is why so many people, okay, were bumping their fists when Super Mario's brother, right, did what he did to your homie in December. This is why, okay, this is why they got rid of Super Mario's brother on the internet. Okay, this is late stage capitalism. Okay, systems are getting ready to change. It won't be a quick change, but systems are getting ready to change. Okay, but that's Plutonic energy. Yeah, the coldness from humanity. Yeah, that's all at Capricorn. That's all at Capricorn. And now we see that it's just too much. It's just too much. Listen, I know you got to be in business. The greed, the rampant greed has to stop. We live in a society where yes, you have to make money to pay for things, but the greed, come on now, the greed has to stop. So this is the time of change. This is the time of rebellion. These old things don't work, so they have to change. Pluto and Aquarius. Okay. So that was answering this question right here. We would have to look and see what were the let's go back and look. Let's go back and look at the list of eclipses from 08. Okay. Look at this. Virgo energy. Okay. So we had these are not the same sorrow cycles, but these were some, this is absolutely that Virgo energy. This is 18 degrees Virgo, September 11, 2007. Going into 2008. Okay, you had Aquarius because the nodes were getting ready to change. But February 21st, 2008, lunar eclipse at 2 degrees Virgo. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So we just saw it right here. Mm-hmm. Getting into this, that's what 2007 was. 2007 was the changes. Virgo, Pisces, Virgo, and then they start changing. So what I say, Aquarius energy, Aquarius energy, then Virgo energy. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So that was a good question. And we just saw the tie-in astrologically to those eclipses of 2008. That was a really good question. Mm-hmm. Yep. So everything is always tied in. It just really depends on what you're looking at and what you're studying. Okay. But we absolutely can see it. Okay. Virgo, we live in an electronic financial world now. You got your PayPal, you got Cash App, you got Venmo, your online credit cards, your tap, your pay to go. That's all electric. That's Mercury. That's Virgo. Those details, the electronics. That's Mercury. Okay. Aquarius is going to come in with those massive systems and things that need to change. That structure, because Aquarius is an air sign, but it's a Saturn ruled air sign. Okay. But this is absolutely what is happening. This is absolutely what is happening. So now I just wanted to show you all these charts. Let me bring the charts back in. Because we're here in the United States. So let me bring the, stop sharing. Let me bring the charts back in so we can look at the charts. Okay. So let me bring that back up. Okay. So let me just remove these. So we have our dates, right? We have our dates. We know what today is. Remove. Let me open up the US's chart. Let me open up the US's chart. And the chart we're going to look at this is called the Sibley chart. It is one of the charts used as it pertains to the birth of the United States. July 4th, 1776, right? Easy, right? It's set for 5:10 p.m. in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Okay, this is the Sibley chart. The US Declaration chart is also called the Sibley chart. This is a chart that a lot of astrologers use when talking about the United States. There are others, when you start getting into the details, when was the Constitution ratified and all types of stuff like that. But for the most part, you will see a Sibley chart and it works out pretty well, right? And we can look at the US's chart. The US has Aquarius moon. Okay, so United States is supposed to be this melting pot of all these different people, or tossed salad, or whatever they want to call it now. So we have the moon in mundane astrology. The moon is the people. So we have that. Let me make this smaller so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. We have that. So the moon is the people. So this is Aquarius. We're supposed to be Aquarius. All people come to the United States, this, that, and the third. Okay. The sun is in Cancer. We're supposed to be the good country. Okay, we're supposed to be good country. So our sun is in the eighth house. We have Jupiter in the eighth house. Okay, so this is other people's money. Hint, hint, United States, other people's money. We have a whole Cancer stellium here, our part of fortune, all like this. Um, here's part of our problem as a country. This Pluto and Capricorn. Um, yeah, this was supposed to be people's dreams. We were supposed to be able to make people's dreams come to life. This Neptune and Virgo, we were supposed to, the whole you can be whatever you want in the United States. Okay, Neptune is dreams, right? The dreams that you have, the things that you want to do. This is it's also fantasy and delusion now. It's also fantasy and delulu. But the dreams that you're supposed to build right here. We're supposed to be a country of fairness for the people, the midheaven. Okay, up here in Libra, right? So this is the United States chart. So when I open up, the let's look at where this is going to fall into the United States chart. Today's lunar eclipse. So let me just go back and find it. It's down here in M. M is for March. Okay. So let me set this on top right here. Chart 2. Okay. So now we can see the United States Declaration of Independence chart is this one here in the middle, this one here, and the outside wheel is the total lunar eclipse of today. This eclipse is falling, okay, right on top of the United States Neptune. Okay, so this is going to be a time where the American people are going to be asking, what part of what the hell is going on is delusional? Where is the delulu? Are we being punked? Are we being scammed? Okay. This is the people asking this, and this is the 10th house. This is the public house. And this is all part of United States image. We see people around the world talking about right now that the United States looking delulu out here. Okay. Quote unquote stolen elections, right? Okay, I have no proof, allegedly. But listen, things in this country, the only way for things in this country to change is if things are so messed up, it causes revolution. This is where we are headed. Okay. So the people of the United States are saying, what the hell is going on? Is this a dream? Is this real life right now? Is this real life? What are we doing? What is it that we're doing? We're re-examining things. Okay, what needs to stay? What has to be let go? Okay. What needs to stay? What has to be let go? Okay. What is going on? What's happening? Okay. Now, absolutely. Donna over here talking about other people's money. Listen, it's not shade. The eighth house is death. You got some magic and some psychicism going on in the eighth house, but the eighth house is also other people's money. Remember, Remember back to when I showed you all Elon's natal chart. Elon's natal chart, he got some 8th house issues going on. And what is he doing to other people? I told y'all that Elon Musk will take out his trauma on other people because he can. And look at what the hell is happening. Okay. I told y'all when I looked at his natal chart, Q was not wrong. Okay. Q was not wrong. Okay. Elon has the, and that's what makes him dangerous because he has the reach and he has been given the reach to do things to a bunch of people. I told y'all, go back and look at that video. Okay. Q was not wrong. So if now here's a quick shameless plug. If you want you want to have a natal chart reading session with me, go onto my website and sign up for one. So we can get into all the nitty gritty, and I will look at the transits and see what's happening to you in your natal chart so you can be prepared, honey. But I told y'all with Elon, I told y'all that's what made him dangerous. He has the power and he has the reach through technology to do a bunch of things to other people. And I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong. So now, the sun, now somebody said something. Yep, Fuzzy. Yes, the people are waking up. Yep. They're getting their wake up call. Yep. The wake up calls is happening, baby. The wake up calls is happening because look, check it real quick. Check it real quick. If we are really looking at the charts, okay? Look at Neptune. Neptune. So right now Neptune is in Pisces. Okay? Right now Neptune is in Pisces. The current Neptune in Pisces is really up here opposite. It is really opposite. Okay, almost opposite. Yeah, no, opposite. So we see this is the United States Neptune right here. The current Neptune is in Pisces. So right, we're seeing this. The people are waking up from the delusion. The people are waking up from the delusion. And this is why 2025 is so pivotal. And this is also why the astrology of March 2025 is so pivotal because these planets are about to change signs, honey. Neptune is about to move from the Lulu land, Pisces, into we need to take action, Aries. We need to start some shit, Aries. We need to take some action, Aries. Okay. Saturn in Pisces is like when you go to the club. You know, like have you ever been to the club? And you know, you in the club and you grooving and you chilling and the music is going and everything is cool. When the music stops and when the light is turned on in the club and you see like all these disgusting tissues on the floor, like what the hell is it? The club don't even look the same when the lights is on. Saturn in Pisces. Okay, we done flip the switch. All of this delulu that's been happening, we're about to get a wake-up call. And this is why 2020, the astrology of 2025 is so pivotal, especially for the United States. Especially from the United States. And let me tell you all something real quick. Trump and Elon are the front runners. The real red herring is this other guy. The real red herring is this other guy, and I got to do a chart on him. I can't think of his name right now, but he's the one who wants to kind of bring stuff back to like the fiefdoms of like when kings and queens were in power. Yeah, Trump and Elon, they're the red herrings. The real what's up is this other guy. I got to think of his name. Not Vance. Oh my goodness, what is his name? It's gonna kill me. I'm about to look real quick because it won't let me. It won't let me live if it's not. Who is it? Oh God, what is this guy's name? I'm going to find his name. When I find his name, um, because I didn't write it down because I do a lot of but I forgot his name. When I find his name, I'm gonna present the chart on him because baby, he's the real one that you gotta look out for. Okay, Trump is easy. Trump is easy. Okay, Trump is easy. That's an easy red herring, but it's not really him. It's this other guy. I can't think of his name. When I think of his name, I'm gonna put his chart up here. Mm-mm. Nope, not him. Not Bannon. Not Miller. It's this other guy. Oh, see, it's gonna kill me until I find it. I'm about to find it real quick. Um, because he was saying, what was he saying? He was saying that um I can't think of his name. When I find this guy's name, because I have to do a chart, I have to do the chart on him. But when I find it, I'm gonna post it here for you all. This guy, he's off his rocker, but he's dead serious. Okay. And I want you all to notice, okay, the changing of the energy of the country as well. Okay. There's a reason why trad wives and we're gonna be conservative and minimalistic makeup trends. It's the reason why those things are coming back into play. Yes, him, this guy. That's him. Yarvin. Yarvin is the one that you really need to look out for. It's him. Yes, that's the guy's name. He's the real one that you need to watch out for. Trump and Elon, these are easy low hanging fruit. This is the guy that you have to look out for. And people are starting to change their allegiances or whatnot. I be looking at all the info. Okay, Gavin Newsom, he's starting to change his stripes too. I mean, he really didn't change his stripes. We know that many politicians will say whatever, but and Gavin Newsom is changing his spiel. But Curtis Yarvin is the one that you need to look at. This guy is hella dangerous. He's hella dangerous. But let me get back to this. Before we go too much off topic. Okay, but so we see that, like I said, this eclipse is happening in the United States 10th house. In the United States 10th house. So this is the public house. This is how we're viewed. This is our reputation. This is how we're perceived on a global stage. Not necessarily our networks, but how we are perceived on the global stage. Who are we? Are we trustworthy? So this is happening here. So I want us to make sure that we are definitely paying attention to these news stories. Going on in the United States. Now this is for this chart. Let me open up. Let me select open chart. I'm going to show you the other one. In 2007, the same, because we're still in the same Saros 123 Saros cycle. The March 3rd, 2007 lunar total eclipse also happened in the United States 10th house. So as you can see with these Saros cycles, when we're pulling up eclipses in the same signs, they're going to happen in the same places in your charts. Yeah, I can do Zelensky's chart too. But yeah, so we can see the previous eclipse, the 2007 March 3rd total lunar eclipse in Virgo happened in the same place. So when you start, like I said, when you start going back to look and see like what these eclipses are doing, let me show you all something else too. But I was just like, you have to be shitting me. Let me yeah, let me pull this up real quick. Let me pull this up real quick. This is the March 2007 events United States. I was doing a little bit of research too, and we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. When was it? I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to show you. Yeah, the total lunar eclipse was March 3rd. Where was it? Can I search on this page? Events. It was where was it? I saw they were talking about the bird flu even back then. Let me find it. Let me find it because I've been looking at this eclipse stuff for, like the past week and a half, like even when I was on my birthday vacation, I was kind of looking at some of it and I was talking to another astrologer online about this eclipse. Um where- okay. So there was the bird flu. The outbreak of bird flu began March 22nd. Began March 1st. The outbreak of H5N1 bird flu was March of 2007. So if we look at March of 2007, that is that's that 13-degree Virgo. That's the one that you're looking at right now. That's this right here. So, um yeah, that's exactly what that is. So, even now today they are talking about the the bird flu. Even now they are talking about the bird flu. Even right now they're talking about the bird flu. This is absolutely connected to March 2007, that same eclipse in the sorrow cycle. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. So let me bring this over here so you all can see. Um, I hate that I have to keep ending the screens. Stop screen. Present. Share screen. Okay. Let me share this one in. Okay. So yeah. So we're looking at okay here. Yeah, so we're looking at um yeah, the bird flu. Centers for Disease Control, all like that. The bird flu and how it's talking about its um bird flu infected dairy cows, San Bernardino County. The avian flu strain is spreading rapidly in Antarctica. Um, yeah, listen. U.S. bird flu cases continue in poultry. So this is the bird flu, and let me just change this from March 2025 to 2007, and here we are. Bird flu update. There was a woman, so some of the first human cases of the bird flu, that was like 2007. This is part of this same cycle. This is part of this same cycle. Okay? The same the same eclipse cycle. So in order to really really understand eclipses, you really just going to have to pick them and start going back through the sorrow cycles. So let me just show you all the page that you can go. Okay, so solar and lunar eclipses. If we're looking at this page, you can see the sorrow cycle number here. If you want to go and investigate the cycles, the sorrow cycles. Now, of the eclipses. Now, this was 123 because the eclipse tonight is sorrow cycle 123. The eclipse in Aries, the solar eclipse at the end of this month in Aries, okay, on March 29th, 2025, we're going to have a solar eclipse in Aries that's sorrow cycle 149. So if you want to, you can go back and you can look at all the sorrow cycles for these eclipses, okay? Um The eclipse of September 2025, the total lunar eclipse in Pisces is Sorrow Cycle 128. Okay. So if you want to go and investigate these things, go right ahead, get you a pen, get you some snacks and a notebook, and whatever music you listen to, because you will be knee deep in information for days on end. Okay. Now, this eclipse, the solar eclipse that's happening at the end of the month, this is going to be, and let me just pull this up and tell you all real quick why. Let me go eclipses, solar partial, calculate chart tip. Okay. So this is why this solar eclipse here, the one at the end of the month, March 29th, this solar eclipse, March 29th, that is it's going to be in Aries. It's going to be in Aries. And when you hit that Aries point, that Aries, that's the beginning of a new cycle. Okay? That is the beginning of a new cycle. Okay? Aries is what when you're talking about 0 degrees Aries, we're talking about a world point. What's a world point? It's usually degree points that are major bringers of change. And we know this why? Because the world points, the very very hard hitting changing one, world points are when the seasons change. Okay? Are when the seasons change. So we are getting ready to move from what? From winter, which is Pisces, into spring, which is Aries. You see these planets down here? These planets down here. Let me bring that in for y'all because I keep switching in between, but I promise you I have a point. Let me bring the chart back in. Okay, so chart. Okay, so looking, you see Neptune down here at 29 degrees Pisces. 29 degrees Pisces. Once you hit the first degrees of Aries, that's a world point. This is world changing points. Again, these major world changing points, these 0 degrees of these cardinal signs, these are when the seasons change. Okay, these are when the seasons change. This is why they're so triggering. So we're about to see these planets, Neptune about to move into Aries. Okay. Saturn will be eventually conjunct Neptune and they're gonna move into Aries. Okay. Moving into Aries, that is a big deal. That is a big deal. A big deal. We already have Pluto move into another sign. This is going to be a big deal. This is going to be a big deal. Now, someone was saying something about Uranus. Listen. Listen. This total lunar eclipse, right? The total lunar eclipse. Check this out. This lunar eclipse is pretty much this is a trine. You see this lovely blue line? This trine. Trine is when you have aspects and they are 120 degrees of separation. Okay, trine, right? So 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, 120 degrees. You see this? This moon at 23 degrees. Uranus right here at 24 degrees. This is a trine, baby. This is a trine. Somebody was asking about Uranus. This is why this one is so potent too, because this is a trine, baby. This is a trine. So Uranus and shaking things up, things that are sudden changes, sudden moves, things that suddenly happens. Yeah, this is why Uranus is in play right now. Uranus is in Taurus. Okay. Uranus is going to move into Gemini. That's another one of these major transitions happening in 2025. I think Uranus moves into Gemini on like July 7th, 2025, moving from a feminine sign into a masculine sign. Neptune moving into Aries. Neptune is going from feminine Pisces into masculine Aries. Saturn is going from feminine Pisces into masculine Aries. This is why this year is pivotal. Okay. Trines and sextiles, it's not that they are good, it just means it's easy. Okay? It means that something is easy and energy can easily flow. Okay? It might be real easy for you to slide on some ice and bust your ass. That's not necessarily good, is it? It's just easy. Okay? If you're not putting salt on that snow and ice outside, it's going to be real easy for you to bust your ass. Right? Trines are just easy. It's not that it's necessarily good, it's just easy. The energy is easy flowing. So yeah, this right here, this full moon lunar eclipse is absolutely feeling this energy. Okay? Feeling this energy from Uranus. This is a trine. Now, this is also we also have Uranus is sextiling. Uranus is sextile. So sextiles at 60 degrees. So you see, Uranus is here at 24 degrees. Uranus here at 24 degrees. So then we'll just say Uranus here at 24 degrees. So we say 30, 60. Okay, this is the trine. Uranus is also trining the sun, Saturn right here. And we got a little bit of that energy from the North Node too. Actually, I don't know if you were paying attention. It was said that that Twitter was hacked the other day. It was said that Twitter was hacked the other day. I have no proof, but the conversation was that Twitter was hacked the other day. So yeah, so Uranus right here. So this full moon eclipse is not only activating energetics in Virgo along the Virgo and Pisces axis. This is also being activated by Uranus, sudden change, volatility, shake things up. And it's being the sun is conjunct Saturn right now. So, okay. In the midst of it all, we have this is actually a T square. We have a T square going on. Okay. So we have the moon here. So 1, 2, 3. This is a square. Okay. Squares is 90 degrees. So 1, 2, 3. Now, this isn't an exact T square with Jupiter. So we have some issues with, are we really expanding? What are we really doing as far as expansion comes, right? And then, like I said, 1, 2, 3. So this is also the sun is in this, this is a T square from the 11th house to the 5th, and then T square, boom, right here in the middle. So this is we actually have a T square going on too. So this is why all this is real, real pivotal. Okay. Real, real pivotal. It's a lot going on. Okay. I've been blabbering for an hour and 30 minutes. Does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any questions? Is this some good information as it pertains to eclipses and why eclipses are always so pivotal? Now, if you want to, you can go back and listen to I know a question that someone probably has or was thinking about other events in history that coincide with eclipses. Absolutely there are. There are plenty of them. You just got to go back and do the research. You have to just go back and do the research. For which eclipses are triggering certain things. A lot of times there are assassinations um of leaders. Let me bring in this one real quick for you all. Real quick before I get rid of did I get rid of it? I think I did. So let me go back to history. I have to find it again. Let me go show full history over here, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. So I wanted to show you all this before I let y'all go. Let me show y'all this. Okay. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Let me show y'all this. No, I will not be supporting you with ads. That's a no. Okay. Let me show y'all this. So let me stop sharing this. Because listen, they like this. They like to say that, oh, we're not doing this with the astrology. Oh, they lying. They lying to you. Um, this was something that was back in the day. This is something that was back in the day. And let me make this. Can you all see this? Okay. This is an article from 2017, right around the other eclipse, the Great North American eclipse of 2017. Okay. Um, Eclipses are part of papal history. Okay. Um, Eclipses is also been suggested or stated that Jesus Christ was born near an eclipse or on an eclipse. So eclipses are actually an integral part of history, both religious wise, spiritually, and all like that. But yeah. So there was this Pope in 1628, Pope Urban VIII was at the palace and he was worried about dying. Okay. But his astrologers, this is the Pope in 1628, his astrologers said that he would weaken and die as a consequence of two solar eclipses that year. Urban the Eighth even had his very own large team of astrologers double check the prediction, but they agreed with the verdict and declared that he would meet sudden death during the solar eclipse. So this man, he was running scared. So he found another astrologer that was in prison in Naples, and he went to him. Now he was in jail because he said he was doing magic. Maybe that's what astrology is. But anyway, he became well known for predicting the fortunes of other people. So the Pope went to this Dominican astrologer. Okay. And he asked the man, what can he do? What type of magic can he do so he will not die during these eclipses? Because the man wants to keep his power. So, according to historical documents, they made them some potions. They had rose vinegar. They was burning incense and all that stuff to get rid of the evil. He used gemstones. They was using gemstones and torches to recreate the sky. Okay, he gave him a liquor distilled under the influence of his ruling planets. That is astrology. Okay, so that's the planetary magic, like I was telling y'all. Okay, so whatever ritual, whatever juju they did, it worked. The December solar eclipse in Rome happened that year, and the Pope lived. Okay, so the astrologist was checking the man chart. So he was out here outrunning all of these eclipses because he was doing magic so that he wouldn't go down under these eclipses. Okay, the magic proved successful once again. hmm So here. So of course, after he had all his stuff done, because they out here being some haters. Of course, in 1631, this Pope Urban issued a papal decree that prohibited any member of the Catholic Church from taking part in astrological predictions. So he made sure he was getting right. He was doing his magic and getting right, but he was out here being a hater. And then he had this, papal decree in 1631 that said, "No, y'all can't deal in astrology and all like that." So, and he ended up having one of the longest pontificates in history, lasting almost 21 years. Okay. Okay. So, like I said, make sure that you out here doing what you do. Make sure that you out here doing what you do. Because they be telling y'all that this and that and Jesus Christ and all the other stuff, and they be out here, Bible thumping and this, that, and the third, and all that is fine. But behind the closed doors, they out here doing their magic. Okay. Behind the closed doors, they out here doing their magic. Okay. Okay. I heard through the grapevine that from somebody, and I ain't gonna say her name, but she know who she is. If she's still listening, it's a bunch of other YouTubers out here doing it too. It's allegedly one by the name of Larry, and that's all I'm gonna say is be out here doing it too. So don't be out here letting them thump you in the head with this Bible because they be out here doing the magic too. They be out here doing it too. Okay. Okay. Okay, now if you continue reading the article, fast forward to 1998. In that year, Pope John Paul II, concerned with the resurgence in the popularity of Wiccan beliefs and zodiac signs, sent a letter to all bishops citing inscrutabilis and reminding them that esoteric superstition found in astrological speculations was incompatible with the Christian faith. But his man up here, his other pope up here, Pope Urban the Eighth, okay, they all be up in St. Peter's Basilica with them zodiac signs painted into the murals in the ceilings. They be over there in there. Okay. Don't let them tell you nothing. Okay. Don't let them play in your face. So in 1998, Pope John Paul II, concerned, okay, he sent that letter. And what do you know? Pope John Paul II was born and buried on solar eclipses. So, so, you know, the astrology just be out here astrologying. Okay. They be out here astrologying. Okay. They be out here magicking and astrology and they just telling you not to. So you can't take care of yourself. Okay. So bloop, clocked it. Okay. So and like I said, there are so many people who were born, assassinated on or in between eclipses. It happens, it happens enough, right? It happens enough. Let me show you all something. It definitely happens enough. Um, let me see. 19. Let me go back to my chart of all the eclipses. Um, let me see. Yeah, your president was born. Um, he was born before an eclipse. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no. The current president, Donald Trump, was born on a lunar eclipse. So, you know, and let me show y'all. Yeah. Uh-huh. Let me show y'all real quick. So it happens often. It happens more than we know because a lot of times people just don't pay attention to things. But if you are, let me see this window right here. Okay. Yeah. So we can see here. Make this bigger. June 14th, 1946. Lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. And here's the chart, just so you all can see. Let me put the chart in. I don't want to calculate the chart. Let me just bring his chart in real quick. Share screen, window. Okay. And here it is. June 14th, 1946. Born in a lunar eclipse. So, with that being said, this was eclipses. Why eclipses are, people have all that talk about eclipses. This is why. They're really, really harbingers of change because it's concentrated power in such a short moment of time. Yes. The answer to your question is yes. Yes. Just enchant them. I would do an enchantment ritual on a Friday, working with Venus. But yeah, just enchant them. But yeah, so this was eclipses. I'm tired now. Any question about eclipses? Because I'm still gonna have to get through the rest of this, what's happening in March energy, which we'll be getting into the changes. Um, the changes with these planets, just not even just March, but 2025. Um, because these are major changes we are currently living through right now. It can be real ghetto at times, but we're currently living through these massive societal changes. And like I said, just everybody just put your lotion on and hold on to your wig. So, all right, is everybody good? Any other questions? I think everybody's good. Listen, this energy, it really won't even start to level out. Like if like just being honest, it really won't just like energetically start leveling out. We are in for an interesting ride here in the United States. I can only speak for the United States. We are in for an interesting ride here in the United States. Things won't even start to level out until like 2027. So, we just gotta, that's why I say do y'all magic so y'all will be good. So, so is he? I thought he was still alive. Is he still alive? Let me see. Listen, cause all this, yeah, and I gotta try and see what's going on with the other stuff, but it's so much going on. No, he's still alive. He is still alive. What you talking about? Yeah, the country's conflict. Yeah, yeah. No, he's still alive, girl. Yeah, I know. Listen, that's why I said this is all the, especially this eclipse is happening in the United States 10th house. It's like, baby, what is you doing? You out here looking stupid. You out here looking stupid. But it's the leadership. It's not us. I don't know why, girl. He's still alive. He is still alive. I ain't. He's still child. Let me go to his Twitter real quick. He's still alive. Girl, he's still alive. Now he gonna live forever. Girl, I don't know why they were saying that. Right? She might have meant Quincy, but no, Clive is still alive. Yeah, it's a whole mess out here. But yeah, are y'all good on are y'all good on eclipses? Are y'all good on these eclipses and why they're so important? And now you know something new about eclipses and the sorrow cycles and all like that. Okay, y'all want me to do these readings. I was trying not to get in people business like that. Okay then. Who was the girl? Who's the girl, Donna? What's the girl name? And who you talking about? Quincy or Clive? Who you talking about? Who you talking about, Donna? I need some clarification. Thank you so much. No, I appreciate that. Yeah, everyone really needs to look and see where this eclipse is happening in their own chart, right? And just go back and just look through things and see what's going on. Astrology is really like comparing what's happening to history so that you can see the cycles and the patterns. So yeah, you just really have to see what is going to hit you in your chart. Oh, yeah. Girl, I know y'all not talking about her. Okay, y'all gonna have to write in the comments when this is over with who y'all want to get nosy with. So in the comments, when this stream is over with, go to the comments under the video and write who. So I can have a notation. So I can have a notation on what's going on. Okay, good. Yeah, no, and I appreciate that. Simply the best. Yes. Yes, simply the best. I definitely advise you to watch this old video of the astrology of pandemics because that was a good review video. I think that one may be pertinent. Um, astrology of the pandemics. So that is definitely one that you may want to look at. I have some other interesting astrological videos and stuff like that too, and readings and stuff too. But yeah. So okay. Yeah. Okay. A vote. Maybe a poll. Okay, child. Okay, let me go. Let me do a poll real quick. I got to pull it up. So hold on a second. I'm gonna have to mute myself so I can do this poll. I gotta go to YouTube to do the poll. I'm gonna do this poll right now in this video. We about to do this poll right now. So hold on one second. Let me mute myself. Okay, mute. Okay, skip. Okay, we finna do. Let me do a poll. Engage with audience. Start a poll. Okay. Okay. So who y'all want to be? Clive Davis, Quincy Jones, um, Angie Stone, because this was okay. So the poll up there right now. Go on do the poll. Go on do the poll. See, I had to fight YouTube, and I'm still waiting for YouTube because they took down my Kendrick video because YouTube was being some haters. So going into that, yeah, they were some damn haters. So I'm fighting them on that because they tried to hit me with copyright. I'm fighting them on that. So we got to see what's gonna happen with that. Um, I just gotta see some real. I gotta just see some real stuff. Um. Well, girl, you gotta pick something. You gotta pick something. Now the poll is up there. You gotta pick something. You gotta pick something. Y'all gotta pick something. Y'all gotta pick something. Listen, and low key, I'm kind of working on Y'all know I give my theories on things, right? I have my theories on things. So it's some stuff I really want to bring, but YouTube be tripping. Okay. Yeah, Angie Stone. Yeah, that was sad. Okay. Okay, y'all out here talking about some Clive Davis. Did y'all all vote? Because they don't look like it. All I'm seeing is some 50%, 57%, 50%. Yeah. Y'all know I do these readings for y'all. They're not for me. I don't care nothing about these people. But these are for y'all. Simply the best said we need some more votes. Y'all better get these votes in. Um, but yeah, I have some esoteric stuff that I'm really really looking at, and I have some political stuff that I was looking at. Um, some political stuff that I've been tracking down for a little while. Yeah. Um. Hey, Natasha, girl. Okay. So, I definitely have some things I was looking at. But yeah, so we gotta look at Zelensky, we gotta look at Curtis Yarvin. That guy, he is super dangerous. It's a whole bunch of stuff, I gotta look at, but it just takes so much time. It takes so much time. Someone find my link and put my link into my website. Like I said, if you want me to look at your chart, go ahead and set something up with your girl. So we can look at your chart together. Okay, let me go back to this poll. Okay, it's looking like it's Clive. Does the USA have an astrology chart? Yes, the United States has a chart. You probably missed it, but let me open it back up. It's called the Sibley chart, and the date is July 4th, 1776. It's the most popular charts that astrologers use as it pertains to the United States. And this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. So, this is the US chart. Donna says, I'm telling you now what my first question will be so she don't send me to the wall when I ask. Listen, all I can tell you is that we astrologers are looking at these transits, and March is looking a little rough for your president. But Donald Trump has king energy because the fixed star Regulus, which is the royal star, like he has that in his chart. I think he has that in his chart and it's in a prominent position. This is why Donald Trump is Teflon Don, is because he has like this kingly energy. It's baked into his chart. Okay. It just is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. Um, yes, thank you, Donna. Um, She said, what is the site to look at for charts for the general future or to make your own? Yeah, if you want to make your own charts, you can go to astro.com and do your chart. You just have to pick your chart, what chart system you're going to use. Because I use whole sign house, but there's Placidus, there's Regiomontanus, there is Porphyry, there is getting into Uranian astrology. Those charts are different. So I would just say to look at a chart in Placidus or whole sign house. When you change the house systems for your charts, it can make things move to the houses. So in whole sign house, you may have Jupiter in the 10th house. In Placidus, you may have Jupiter in the 8th. It just because the chart systems are different in how they calculate things, right? I use whole sign house because I like the beauty of equal whole sign houses. So the fixed stars are everywhere. You just have to add them to the chart. The fixed stars are everywhere. You just have to add them to the chart. But Donald Trump does have I'm gonna show y'all this one next thing, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Donald Trump does have let me go back to his chart. And then I have to add the fixed star in so you all can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so let me do his chart, chart one, and then I have to go into the prefs. I have to add displayed. Let me add extra points. I need to go to fixed stars, fixed. Okay, stars. Let me go to, oh God, I gotta scroll down. I mean, it's so many fixed stars, but some of them do have, some of the stars, some of the asteroids, it just really depends on um okay, let me add that in. Give me one sec. Because I gotta go into my prefs. I have to change things. Here it is. Add. Okay. Extra point. Okay. Now that that's added in here, we should be able to see, right? Okay. So I've added in the star. You see this here? You see this here? Let me pull this up so you all can see what I'm talking about. Okay. You see Donald Trump, he has a Leo ascendant. Leo is associated with kings. When you always see like kings, like in movies and stuff like that, they have like the symbol of like the lion. Leo, the lion is a symbol of the king. Trump has the king fixed star right here on his ascendant in his first house. So Regulus is in everybody's chart. You just have to add the star to the chart when it's showing up. But you see, he got Regulus right here, 29 degrees. His ascendant is Leo. His Mars is in Leo. Regulus. The king star, this is the star about glory, honor, being seen, being famous, riches. He has it on his ascendant. He has it on his ascendant. This is partially why shit just rolls off of him. Okay? This is really why. So, this is why. So, does that answer your question? Not royal energy as inbred energy. But yeah, but this is really why he has a lot of, a lot of that why a lot of shit just rolls off of him. It just is what it is. She said we need another chill glamour magic stream. We need to talk about what perfume the girl is buying for what okay. Girl, I'm telling y'all what okay. We'll have to do another chill glamour stream. Okay. But other than that, everybody good? Let me check this poll. So we can get out of here. Okay, Clive Davis is gonna be our next reading. Clive Davis. Okay. There is definitely the astrology of these royals, and yeah, that's another conversation that we can have too, that I want to bring to you all. And let me just tell y'all, I don't care what nobody says. Again, Princess Diana, you can't tell me she wasn't esoterically unalived. I was looking at her charts, baby. Yeah. But anywho, are we good? We're good on this because let me end the stream because I ran Mr. Hoodoo out of the room. So are we good? Are we good, ladies and gentlemen? Did you learn something? Was this good for you? Okay. Okay, cool. So y'all are good. I'm gonna come back to y'all real soon. I'm glad that this was educational, that you all learned something that you can apply. You can go do research on things. That's what I'm here for. So, okay, y'all. So, Donna wants a glamour stream, a glamour magic stream. We can do that. Donna wants a glamour magic stream. I might have to do that like and make it like members only or something like that. A members only glamour magic stream for the ladies. So please become a member. That's what I'll probably do with that because I'm sharing some information. I'll go and share some deep planetary information and show y'all some stuff y'all can buy if y'all want to. So I might make that a members only stream, a members and Patreons only stream because right the good information. Um, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so I'm gonna see y'all real soon, either tomorrow or Saturday. But I'm gonna see y'all real soon. We gotta look at Clive Davis' ancient self, and I gotta look at these other charts. So, I love y'all. I love y'all. I really do. If you are a member of my Patreon, please follow the instructions. We are moving to Facebook. If you are not a member of my Patreon, you can join my Patreon right now and then get moved on over to Facebook because I'm moving from Patreon to Facebook. Um, so that way when we do like a Patreons and members only, you'll be able to have the access. So either become a channel member or Patreon patron for that. Um, the next time I'm going to make milkshake is going to be in May. So get your coins together. Next time I'm gonna make milkshake is gonna be in May when the energy is gonna be real good for that. Um, okay then, y'all. So that's it. That's all. Let me get on out of here. I love y'all. Thanks for being here. See y'all on the flip side. Bye.